What up? This is Rapids, and so Lil Durk has officially got denied his bail. So it looks like he's gonna have to stay in there until October when the trial starts. The only way he's getting out is if he beats trial. At this point, they're done. You know what I'm saying? He's cooked. He's cooked at this point. There's no bail, and they're not going to let him out. They're saying he's a risk to witnesses. They're saying if he was on the phones doing some crazy stuff, trying to get extra phone calls, they're saying imagine what he could do if he is free. They say he'd probably be, saying once that witness list gets exposed, he might be trying to intimidate witnesses and, find ways around the system. They're saying he doesn't have enough monitoring. They said they can't guarantee that he's not a flight risk based off of his bail package amount. They say he put up 4.5 million. They're saying that's not nearly enough. I guess from what I'm hearing, Durk is worth somewhere around 50 million. They want him to put up a substantial amount of money, they said, because they said 4.5 million is a drop in the bucket for you, and you could just, try to get up out the way and skip town. They said it looked like you were skipping town. They're saying they're not gonna hold him. They said it looks like you was trying to jump on them flights and jump out of town. He got word that they got his boys got arrested from OTF, and he was trying to get on that plane up out the country. You know what I'm saying? Another detail they said is, basically, it sounds like they confiscated his phones before his birthday bash show in Chicago. So he was able to go through with that show, but he knew deep down inside they was on to him and he was in deep trouble. But he was able to somehow pull off that show. I'm surprised he didn't cancel. I'm sure he was shook. Like they approached him before that show, took his phones, and then they started arresting the O block, well the OTF members. I guess like the following day or something. It might have been, I forget exactly. I don't know what came first. Was they arresting the OTF members before or after that show? But whatever it is, they had his phone before that show. The feds had already approached him, so he knew he was in trouble. You know what I'm saying? He went on with the show, and then within a week or so, he was on trying to get up out the country after he saw they had arrested OTF members and, well, whoever, Didi and Vonnie and all them, and then the hitters from the block. You know what I'm saying? He caught word that they all got arrested. He tried to get up out the way. And that's what the judge is saying, that he can't ignore that. He's saying you was trying to dodge time. You know what I'm saying? You was trying to get up out the way. And they're saying if he's worth 50 million, that 5 million ain't nothing to you. You could skip town and not even worry about that 5 million. They say that's nowhere near enough of your own money. You know what I'm saying? If he would have put up, it sounds like they want him to put up pretty much at least half of his net worth. If he's worth 50 million, they probably want like 25, something substantial. They might even want 40. They said he pretty much they want his bread. They said if you're gonna be trying to put a bail package up, they want like pretty much what he's worth. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll feel more confident. Like give up everything. And at this point, I'm sure Dirk almost would want to give up everything but then at that point, how's he going to afford his lawyer? You know what I'm saying? So obviously his best choice is to stay put and wait until trial and have that money that they want, you know what I'm saying, for his bail. Instead, use that for his defense. That's his only way out at this point. You know what I'm saying? But I do got some news for y'all. So make sure you hit that like button. Let's get over 100 likes on this video and I'll drop the info. They're saying there is a way for Durk to get out of this, and it might surprise you, the information that I'm going to be bringing to you. So I need that like button hit though. I need 100 likes, and then we'll get ready to drop that next video once we get those 100 likes, because y'all ain't gonna want to miss this. There is a way Durk can get out of this that I haven't heard too many people talk about, and so this is information I caught wind of from my sources, but nobody really caught it. So this will actually get him out that jam. But well, it's possible. It's possible this could get him out of that jam. And I'll hit you with that info. Like I said, hit that like button. But yeah, as far as this situation, he's best off sitting down and he had his hopes up. You know what I'm saying? I don't think even with that 40 million, I'm not even sure they would have let him go then, because it looks like at this point they just saying that he's in there. You know, they caught that guy. They're saying you did, you know what I'm saying, you're being suspected of too much stuff to be letting you out, and you was trying to skip town. You was trying to get out the country. They're saying this is just too much. They're saying all these accusations, you got to sit down until, you know what I'm saying, you go to trial. You got to face trial from jail. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, sit down and let, you know, the legal system play out, because ain't no way they letting him out. It's clear how many times he got to get denied to figure that out. I mean, they had the new judge. They thought that was going to help, and he did, you know what I'm saying, take his time with the information. He took like probably over 5 business days. He took about 5 business days, though, and looked over everything carefully. The judge looked over everything. He actually seemed reasonable, you know what I'm saying, because if it was any other judge, I was thinking like they probably would have just said no right away. They delayed their denial of his bail for like a week, and he was sitting there with his hopes up, you know what I'm saying, thinking, man, this might be it. You know, this is a good sign. They're waiting. Drew Finley knows how to do stuff like this, and you know what I'm saying. So he probably had his hopes up, thinking, okay, you know, let's find out. They haven't said nothing yet. Day goes by, another day, the weekend goes by. Monday, Tuesday, you know, and then he starts to hear, oh no, they denied your bail. They said, you know what I'm saying, you ain't getting out. They're saying you a menace to society. You know what I'm saying? Now look, if Durk did this, that's on him. You know, so I try to stick up for Durk because I don't really feel like he would do this. I feel like his guys got him jammed up in this personally. Didi and Vonnie and all them. I think that they got him caught up in this because they was on that. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. I feel like they was on that. Durk wasn't necessarily on that, in my opinion. Now, did he know about it? He might have. There's a chance because a lot of them lyrics they was using and some of the stuff Durk was saying himself in an ACT interview. I posted that a while back, and he was on that interview saying, I guess they ain't saying Slide for Vaughn no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he knew. It's almost like he, you know what I'm saying? Because if he's that tight with that crew, Didi and Vonnie and them, you know what I'm saying? If they pulled that off on their own without Durk's approval and without Durk's knowledge, here's the thing. They're saying an M for hire. I don't think this was an M for hire. I think, like they're saying Didi paid them. Vonnie and them probably pulled this off on their own, if allegedly. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying, let's just say allegedly. But you know what I'm saying, they're more capable of pulling this off on their own. But then when they in the back rooms and just chilling and stuff, they probably was talking about it. They probably was. There's a chance they might have. I don't know how they would feel comfortable enough to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? If they pulled that off? But you know what I'm saying, they might have talked in code or something. So did you hear what happened to Lil Paul? You know what I'm saying? Did you see Quando Rondo crying? They might have said, we saw that on the news, and they said, I wonder what happened. You know, type stuff where it's not like they admitting it, but you know, they might have been around Durk, kind of suggesting that they pulled off that, and Durk might have caught, you know, understood what they was talking about, and he might have been like, talking about it, and I guess they can't say Sly for Vaughn no more. That's what I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? Not that he had anything to do with it. You know what I'm saying? But to actually say that he paid them and, you know what I'm saying, was the one behind it. Now they're saying stalking. That sounds like they got rid of the M for hire, and now they're saying he stalked and stuff. So he flew out there and was in tune and everything and orchestrated it behind the scenes, I guess they're trying to say. And, you know what I'm saying, it looks like Durk has a chance, because if they remove the M for hire part of it and some of those lyrics, Drew Finley now, let him focus on what he do. You know what I'm saying? I think Durk needs to sit back and, you know what I'm saying, accept his situation and let Drew Finley do his thing. I don't even think he needs to bring on nobody else. I think Drew Finley got this. You get too many chiefs in the room, you know what I'm saying, that might not necessarily be helpful. I think Drew Finley's the guy for the job. He's gonna be looking for the grand jury test. He wants the transcripts. He wants to see the lie. You know what I'm saying? He's saying they lied about him to get him charged in the first place. Let him get all that information. You know what I'm saying? And bring that up if he wants, but let him just focus on his defense now. You know what I'm saying? I think that's his best move. Let Drew Finley focus on Durk's defense, and I think that's the best thing for Durk to do. Just let him do his job right now, and figure out what strings to pull at to get him out that jam come October. We'll see if there's going to be any delays. There might be some delays. You never know. But it's set for October 15th or somewhere around that time. And the Durk trial should be starting in the fall then, around Halloween. And, you know what I'm saying, this is going to be a big trial. And we're going to see what happens. And if, you know what I'm saying, like I said, I don't think Durk, I personally would guess that Durk wouldn't have put himself in this type of situation. I think Durk is too smart for this. He was a superstar. You know what I'm saying? He was, you know, Drake put him on to a whole new level of his career. You know what I'm saying? After that Drake feature, Durk was beyond that. You know, he is beyond this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he would have gotten himself involved in any way in something like this. The prosecutors and stuff think he would do this because his guys from a circle was the ones that it looks like allegedly pulled this off. So then Durk got, that's why I said they got him jammed up in this. They should actually take the charge. You know what I'm saying? If they was real homies, if Durk really had nothing to do with it, even if he did, like at this point, why can't they just say, hey, you know, let Durk go? You know what I'm saying? Durk put y'all on. You know Durk didn't make you do this. You know what I'm saying? Durk, I would be surprised if Durk was the mastermind behind this. If anything, he might have had some knowledge of it, you know what I'm saying, when it happened. I think Durk would have refused to be involved in something like this. I just don't see Durk as crashing out like that. Somebody at the top, you don't crash out like that. Like how you gonna crash out when you like the #1 artist out of Chicago since Kanye West? You know what I'm saying? He took his career to levels that no one ever expected a drill rapper to be able to do. You know what I'm saying? So why would you crash out like that when you made it that far in life? I don't think he did this. I really don't. Like I said, if anything, he had knowledge of it. They probably was talking and cold. He caught wind to what happened, if anything. But that's not a crime. He didn't have nothing to do with that, I don't think. You know what I'm saying? So if he didn't, I think Vonnie and Didi should come clean and clear Durk's name if that's the case. If they did that on their own, they didn't. I don't feel like they took orders from Durk. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's about it, y'all. That's the Durk update. Make sure you hit that like button. Remember, I'm gonna come to you with my my other video where I'm gonna tell y'all how there's a good chance he can get out. But I can't release that video till we get some likes. So yeah, make sure you follow Rap Hits on social media. Make sure you subscribe and all that. Check the description box for links. I'm out.